Now you say the Most High gave His word to everybody, right?
That bondage you living out right now. That bondage is why you at the bus stop right now.
You understand? The scripture says, any man speak, let him speak of the oracles of God. They think the law is a small thing.
Separate, man. We are separate from these other nations, man.
That's right.
And I can't let no holder lie to me. I don't feel these rappers, oh they lies, this hypocrisy. Ain't no competition, ain't no rivalry. Niggas think I'm playing, I don't hear one word they saying, this shit light work. Think Muhammad one of us, he might lose his life first. Circle up and stay alert. Another cop just stretched the nigga. He a demon, this an exorcism. Watch I bless the nigga. You took that open blood, then you know I'm gon' get active with you. From the opposition, I see vision. Let me paint the picture. Rappers claim they spit and I ain't listening. Is in fact the fear. If revenge was a woman, now I stroke that bitch like Jack the Ripper. War, we gon' run the summer. It's gon' be historical. Thought they making plays, made them niggas call the audible. Ask who run this shit, but that question is rhetorical. Bitch, I'm the one, me cookies with the oil. I'ma get them crackers, hell, should've never kidnapped my family. I can't do that. Bet I be the last nigga standing. Do a life sentence for my niggas, pray you understand me. I might put a switch on this Glock and call it young baby. How you real trigger know them dots? You a bird feeder, claiming he a demon. What's a demon to a cold leader? When he saying something, I ain't hear him. This shit light. It ain't about who got the gun, it's about who gon' up that pipe first. I turn a bad situation to a game changer. Bring soldiers from the dead, just raised up the chain. Free shots, I'ma look like Aaron Jones when I run it. Never bite the hand and feed you, you'll never get that hand back. He bitchin' about 10%, I don't wanna hear none of that. He dropping sword, fuck him, just make sure you get that cover back. Look around, he ain't with us, probably cause he never was. Now my chin like you with the angels for your brothers. Everybody wanna be Richard Porter, God kill him like Alpo. Play if he want, it's laying in the trunk like Lee Malvo. I'm a certified woman's ass nigga, I am not a toy. Hey, I with that hollow side, yeah, this the real McCoy. Feel like Gullah Jack when I'm in Fayetteville, you feel your boy. Still up on my brain, still I think that's all that I do. The way I get that boy lost, they gon' start to call him Elroy. Fuck his game, pop out on them demons like I'm Hellboy.
They killed, give me Isaiah 14 and 21. They did the same thing to my people. So you said that they put millions of my Should a murderer go to jail for murdering?
Absolutely.
Should a thief go to jail when he steals?
Absolutely.
Should a robber pay back the money he robbed?
Absolutely.
So why shouldn't the white man pay for what he did?
That's right. That's right. grow. Just obstacle set in the road, that a result of me selling my soul. The story I'm telling is cold, but yet it's what everyone knows. The white man's the devil is known. America was never our home. Only a place of captivity, safe facility, hating, disfigure me. They claim that I'm lazy, be killing me. Maybe this slavery draining my energy. 400 years and counting. The trail of my tears is countless. Main fact that I'm here is astounding, but I can't wait till this shit is surrounded. Ready to tangle my king and the angels, be ready to rap. Crack in the sky, nuclear missiles and make it official. I'm capturing every cracker surviving. Put them all in chains where they need to be. Slavery for me. And let the whole world see that with them in the cage and safer in the streets. Put the dog on a leash. Get resolved for the beast. 144, get the ruler show, we could all be at peace. As soon as the trumpets are sound, your kingdom, we busting it down. The only way justice is found, the time for your judgment is now.
Do you see just how it feels? Payback is a dog. It's a dog. Payback is a dog. It's a dog. Payback is a dog. It's a dog. Payback is a
Look, ain't no remorse in my blood, Slim. It won't be no compromise. Now it's time to feed the worms. Watch his body turn to flies. I clutch iron while you trust the lies. The next Glock I buy gon' be Gen 5. I get it customized. And sending shots off like farewell. Praying payback come back around like a carousel. Still remember your Honda's words ringing in my head like bells. Said you in this body, you fit a Lord, fuck the cartel. Triangle choke, apply pressure to the game like I did Vondale. Payback's a bitch in a dress, she a bombshell. Revenge is dish served cold, I just hope they make an oxtail. Glock fresh out the box, I swear it got that new car smell. Made myself a target in a world of mad shooters. Devils design fire for our babies to pass through. In the day of our king's reign, I'll be overzealous. They bought my jealous, I bought brand new parabellums.
Do you see just how it feels? Payback is a dog. It's a dog. Payback is a dog. It's a dog. Payback is a dog. It's a dog. Payback is a dog. It's a dog.
All right. Shalom, Israel. This is ISUPK Detroit Law Class under Commanding General Yohana. And of course, I'm Officer of 1,000 Owadia. Man, it's lucky. I'm Officer of 1,000 Owadia, man. This is the Detroit ISUPK Law Class under Commanding General Yohana, man. We gonna get right into some things, man. A lot been going on in Israel, of course. And as y'all know, we got something that is an abomination to the Lord coming up. And it just reminded me, like, this is why certain little fake Israelite groups were so puffed up. I forgot, and I didn't even think about, because of course, we don't think about worldly stuff in our school. But I didn't even think about that Pride Month was coming up. That Gay Pride Month was, that alternative lifestyle Pride Month was coming up. Salakia was coming up, and this is why that purple group is so puffed up. They was just getting hyped up because they knew that their month was coming up, and they get to celebrate and do all kind of nasty and abominable things. Okay, nasty and abominable things. But of course, as we know, those of us in the truth, we know the Lord is against all of that, man. We know that those type of acts and sexual immoral things is an abomination to the Lord, man. It is an abomination to the Lord. I mean, he hates those things, man. And we're gonna touch on a couple of things tonight, man. We're gonna touch on a couple of things tonight. Okay? First thing first, man, we're gonna start at Genesis 19:1, man. We're gonna start right there. Genesis 19:1. The first thing we're gonna do, man, talking about Sodom and Gomorrah, man. Talking about Sodom and Gomorrah. Oh, Salakia, before I do that, the one thing, let me do a mic check right quick. Salakia. Let me get a mic check done. Make sure I can hear myself. All right, cool, we good there. And if y'all could, like, share, and subscribe. Which let me get that done right quick. Let me do those things right quick. Also, as usual, if you have any questions, just put them in the chat, and I'll get to them. And if I don't get to them this week, for sure, I'll get to them next week. Because sometimes I might put them in Facebook or something, and I may miss them like that. Okay? I don't always check Facebook like I should. Try to stay on top of it, but it doesn't always work that way. Right? Okay, so let's get back. We had Genesis. We had Genesis 19, and we're gonna start at verse 1. Because again, like I just said, what is gonna, and they gave this thing a whole month, man. They gave this thing a whole month, just which goes to show you what. It goes to show you how this kingdom that we in, man, it hates the Lord. That it would do such an abominable thing. Okay? It would do such an abominable thing. All right? So, Genesis 19:1, it says, and there came 2 angels to Sodom at eve, and Lot sat in the gate of Sodom. And Lot seeing them, rose up to meet them, and he bowed himself with his face towards the ground. Verse 2, and he said, behold now, my lords, turn in, I pray you, into your servant's house, and tarry all night, and I'll wash your feet, and ye shall rise up early, and go your way. And they said, nay, but we will abide in the street all night. Okay. Verse 4, and he pressed upon them greatly, meaning you just like, come on, y'all ain't gotta, what you mean y'all gonna sleep in the streets? You don't have to sleep in the streets, man. I got plenty of room in my crib for y'all to come sleep at, man. I got plenty of room. I got all kind of room, okay? So he pressed up against them, okay, pressed them greatly. And they turned unto him and entered into his house, and he made them a feast. And they did and they did bake unleavened bread, and they did eat. Okay? So Lot showed them what? Great hospitality, man. Lot was being a brother to these angels, man. Y'all come on in, man. I'm going to wash y'all feet. We going to eat. We going to sit down and chill and kick it and things of that nature. It's like, and things of that nature, man. Y'all come on, man. Y'all ain't about to sleep in no street. I'm not going to allow it, okay? Verse 4, it says, but before they laid down, the men of the city, even the men of Sodom, compassed the house round, both old and young, all people from every quarter. So because they seeing these new people doing what? Coming to the city, and they like, who the hell is these? And then, so what did they do? They round about. Okay, they circled the house up. That's what rounded about. That's what they mean when they say rounded about. They just circled around the house. All people from every quarter. And then it says, and they called unto Lot and said unto him, where are the men which came in to thee this night? Bring them out unto us that we may know them. They want them to bring the men out so they can do what? So they can have sex with these men. That's why the Lord destroyed Sodom and Gomorrah, man. The Lord is let me tell you something, man. The Lord is against alternative lifestyle. The Lord is against that junk, man. The scriptures say in Genesis, which I should have put up first, the scripture said, be fruitful and multiply. How do you multiply with a man and a man and a woman and a woman? You can't multiply like that, man. You cannot multiply like that. And actually, that stops life from being created. Because you can't reproduce that way. It's an unreproductive thing. There's no way you can't get another you can't get life from two women. It's just not possible, man, or two men. Okay? That's not how you the Lord wants us to populate the earth. You can't populate the earth like that, man. You can't populate the earth like that, man. All right? So again, when they said no to them, that just meant they wanted to have sex with them. The men wanted to have sex with the men. And that just goes to show you, man, that is a disgusting spirit too, because when you in that lifestyle, you would just lay with anything or anybody. You don't care about anything except your disgustingness. Your disgustingness. Okay? That's all you care about. Verse 6. And Lot went out at the door unto them and shut the door after him. So he went outside and closed the door behind them. And said, verse 7, and said, I pray you, brethren, do not so wickedly. Meaning, come on, man, don't do this. Don't do this evil act. Don't do this thing, man. This is a disgusting evil act that y'all trying to do, man. The Lord is against it. Okay? It says, Behold, now, verse 8, behold, now I have 2 daughters, which have not known man. Let me, I pray you, bring them out unto you. He looked at this crowd that was, I remember he said they was compassed around the house. So basically they had the house around. He's like, listen, man, I got 2 daughters in here. Y'all take these 2 daughters. But of course, like alternative lifestyle men, they don't want no woman, nah. They want alternative lifestyle men, they hate women, okay? They want to spit in women's faces, okay? And give women corrective rape. That's what they want to do. They don't love women for real. They want to do these things because they hate women. They hate them. And they want to destroy them. They hate women and they hate strong men. They hate it. They cannot take it. They want to tear it up and destroy it in any way they can. So here's Lot. They done asked Lot to bring them men out so they can lay with the men, so they can have sex with the men. And I said, nah, man, don't do that, man. Like, stop that. Like, what are y'all doing, man? Trying to lay with another man. That's disgusting. Take my daughters, man. Said his daughters have not known a man, meaning what? They hadn't had sex with anybody before. He said, man, take my daughters. Y'all take them. About 20 men out there. So they're like, y'all, just take my daughters, man. Don't do this. Don't try to have sex with other men. Like, nah. Okay? Said, behold, now I have 2 daughters which have not known men. Let me, I pray you, bring them out unto you, and do ye to them as is good in your eyes. Only unto these men do nothing, for therefore came they under the shadow of my roof. And of course, like you know, I'm responsible for these men. They at my house. They under my roof. I brought them in here. So I'm responsible for these men. So y'all just take my daughter and take my daughters and do as y'all see good. Do a good thing with them, man. Do a good thing with my daughters. Don't take these 2 men and do an abominable act. Don't do that, man. Okay? Verse 9. It says, and they said, stand back. And they said again, this one fella came in to sojourn, and he needs to be judged, and he needs to be a judge. Now will we deal worse with thee than with them? And they pressed sore upon the man, even Lot, and came near to break his door down. So they want to, so they, good night, this is disgusting. Anyway, they don't care, they don't want the women, the demon on them wants to get to these men so bad that they trying to tear the door off of Lot's house. The door. That is such a strong demon on somebody. And of course, the demon does recognize that these is 2 angels of the Lord. So the demon want to get to them and tear and rip them apart. Okay? Verse 10. But the men put forth their hand and put Lot into the house to them, and shut the door. So the angels reached back out there, what, and snatched Lot back in the house, because they said Lot was what? Trying to judge them. So they was gonna knock the fool out of Lot and get in there and still rape the men. Lot not trying to really judge him. Lot saying, don't do this abominable, wicked thing. Just take my daughters. Okay, just take my daughters. They not trying to hear that. They ain't trying to hear that. They want them men that's in there. Okay. Verse 11. And they smote the men that were at the door of the house with blindness, both small and great, so that they were so that they wearied themselves to find a door. So that the angels made them blind, man. So they trying to fiddle around and find a door, because the angels smote them with blindness. Like, good night. Because again, what was wrong with these men? They had that demon on there. That demon was determined. It was determined. Okay? That demon was determined. I'm just going to get just a little bit more. And of course, just let me get a little bit more. It said, the man said unto Lot, hast thou here any besides? It says, son-in-law and thy sons and thy daughters, and whosoever thou hast in the city, bring them out of this place. Why is he telling them to bring? Because the Lord is getting ready to destroy that place, man. The Lord is getting ready to destroy that place, because the Lord don't have time for no alternative lifestyle. He don't want to hear you was born this way. Okay? He not trying to hear I'm I'm a woman trapped inside of a man's body. I know back in the day they used to call that a mental disorder. We gonna get into that too. I'm gonna pull it. I'm gonna show it. You call that a mental disorder when you used to live an alternative lifestyle back in the day. Which sounds about, which when you really look at it and you listen to it today, it actually sounds about right. Because think about it. Somebody is walking around talking about they a woman trapped inside a man's body. That's a mental disorder, man. You have a mental disorder to think that way. You're not a woman trapped inside a man's body. You have a mental disorder. That's what's wrong with you. Only somebody with a mental disorder would think like that. Okay? Let's get it. Verse 13. For we will destroy this place, because the cry of them is waxing great before the face of the Lord. And the Lord has sent us to destroy it, man. The Lord sent them to destroy that place, man. The Lord is not about to tolerate the alternative, a city full of alternatives. Oh, when you read in the Bible, we're just talking about places being spiritually Sodom. And you look at this disgusting place that we in, man, and they about to have a whole month celebrating alternative lifestyles. I'll have a whole month celebrating alternative lifestyle. Drop that for a second, man. I'm gonna pull this article up right quick, man. I'm gonna show you. This was being alternative, man. It was a mental disorder, man. It is a mental disorder. It's a demon, really, you know. But when your oppressor is the devil, he just embraces things like this, which truthfully is a part of which truthfully and honestly is a part of their nature. Is a part of their nature. And it's a part of their nature because when you look at it and you look throughout history, a lot of the way that they used to celebrate, like when you're talking about the Greeks and the Romans times, and before that and during that and after that, the way they used to celebrate, man, was they had big parties and big orgies and things of that nature, where they sat around and they got drunk. It's all outdoors, and then everybody had sex with each other. That's a party and a celebration of them, man. They just get drunk and everybody have sex with one another. Alternative all over the god doggone place, man. And that was their celebrations. So these are just things in which they do by nature. It's natural to them. Okay, it's a very natural thing to them. But it's not natural to us. Our God said the punishment is death. We're gonna get into that. I'm gonna pull it. I'm gonna show it tonight. Okay? Get this article right quick. It says, it is well documented that alternative lifestyle, of course it don't say alternative, so a lot of them will be putting that word in there because I don't want to get us in any trouble here. It says alternative lifestyle was classified as a mental illness in the DSM until 1973, when it was replaced with the diagnostics of sexual orientation disturbance. While it is widely known that alternative lifestyle men were criminalized, meaning when they seen a man lying with a man, or a man that wanted to do this abominable act, that wanted to do this abominable act against the Lord, he said they were criminalized. They were criminalized for doing it. Why was they criminalized, man? Because it go against nature. It go against what the Lord set up. And of course they doing their best now to do what? Follow the Bible. Okay? They trying to act like, of course, as usual, trying to act like they holy people. And really, secretly, everybody know what they doing. Okay? It says, and risked a spell in prison or aversion therapy in the psychiatric hospital. So they would either, if they seen you doing something alternative, you had an option. Well, you didn't have an option. This is what they would do. They would either throw you in prison or throw you in the psych ward. You would have to go to a psychiatric hospital because they would wonder what is wrong with you if you a man and you want to hold hands with another man. That is a mental disorder. This is not the way that the Lord made us, man. The Lord did not make us to want for us to lay with the same thing that we are, a man and a man and a woman and a woman. We didn't get created this way. You cannot be a woman born in a man's body. You can't be that. It's no such thing as that. You have a mental disorder. And if you know anything, like back in the day, they used to try to use what they call shock therapy, shock treatment. They try to shock that up out of you. Like, what in the hell is wrong with you? We can shock this up out of you. We have to get this up out of them. They are nuts. They are nuts. Okay? Reading on. The class, Slaki. The class dimension is probably less well known according to alternative historian Chris Waters. It was the more privileged middle class men who were offered aversion therapy as a softer option than jail. So it's saying what? The middle class men, the working men, those are the ones that they was given the therapy to. But it sounded like the poor men, the ones who didn't have money, those were the ones that was going in jail, which kind of probably just spreaded it in the long run. It is disgusting. Okay. It says Alan Turney being the most prominent example. In contrast, the majority of mostly working class men who were discovered engaging in same-sex relations were more likely to end up in prison without the offering of treatment as an alternative. However, there are aspects of this history we know even less about because it is well documented. Alternative men's experience of psychiatric treatment for same-sex attraction has become a dominant historical discourse. But what happened to the same-sex attraction in England in the 50s through the 70s, who were not subjected to direct court referral routes and psychiatric treatments like their male counterparts. So they really wasn't treating the women the way that they were treating the male. So the men, they were locking them up and giving them psychiatric treatment, man. Because it was a disorder and it was a criminal offense, man. But of course we know what the Lord do. What does the Lord do? The Lord put you to death. So I'm gonna drop that for a second, man, and I want to let's get Romans 1:26. Romans 1:26. Let's get that. So they considered that a what? Something was wrong with you. How we look at you. That's how we look at you when I was coming up. You come around us with that nonsense, you get beat up. It is what it is. You get beat up. Ain't nobody play that mess. Don't come around us with that nonsense, man. We didn't want to see your alternative lifestyle when I was growing up. All right? We wasn't about that. Get Romans. We're going to start at the the 27th verse. Okay. We're going to start at the 27th verse. Romans 27. That's like Romans 1 and 27. It's like it says, and likewise also the men leaving the natural use of a woman burn in their lust one toward another, man. It says the natural use. A woman, you get a woman, man, that you got a natural use for her, man. It's something naturally you want to do when you get around a woman. Get around your woman, man. Around one of your ribs, man. Are you kidding me? She walking around the house in them short shorts. Y'all just ate some good food and now y'all chilling on the couch watching a movie or something. Shh. The movie, you done watching the movie in about 5 minutes. Movie is over. That's it. Movie is done. You've been watching her walk around all day. Shh. To hell with that movie. He said they started looking at the men because what? What was they doing? They was following the customs of the other nations. They was following the custom of the people that was ruling over them. At this time, it would have been who? It would be the Romans, right? It would be the Romans. So, of course, we know that the Romans and the Greeks, Romans and Greeks, because, of course, we know that they were still caught up in some of that. So we have Romans and Greeks at the time. Okay? Well, not at the Romans and Greeks at the time, but, you know, they was following the customs of them both. Celebrating things like the Feast of Bacchus. Where, again, all they do is just get drunk and have orgies. Get drunk and have orgies. That's all they did. Get drunk and have orgies and party and have illicit success, which was a lot of what they did in those times. And here, and Paul is letting them know, man, like, what in the is y'all doing? All right. It says the natural use of women burning their lust towards one another. Like, y'all looking, that is what is going on. It says with men working that which is unseemly. Like, how is you? It's unseemly. You working something with a man? Nah, he not. That's not cool. Okay. And receiving in themselves that recompense of their error which was met. Verse 28. And it says, and even as they did not like to retain God in their knowledge, God gave them over to a reprobate mind to do those things which are not convenient. Because they wanted to do what? What did they want to do so bad? They wanted to follow the oppressor, right? They wanted to follow the oppressor and follow his days, like we do, no different than what we do today. We want a lot of brothers and sisters, man. They gonna be celebrating that Pride Month nonsense, man. Because of why? We don't care about what the Lord wants us to do. Let's get Leviticus 18. Let's see what the Lord says. Leviticus 18 and 22, I believe. Leviticus 18 and 22. That is absolutely correct. The Lord ain't never want us to be sitting up here living like this, man. That's why what? That's why he laid down the rules the way he did. He said, be fruitful and multiply. Be fruitful and multiply, man. We done started following the people who don't have no sense. Who don't have no sense. We done started following the people, okay? This is Leviticus, the 18th chapter and the 22nd verse. And it reads, it says, thou shalt not lie with mankind as with womankind. It is an abomination. Meaning, we shouldn't be a man and a man should not be lying together, nor should a woman and a woman be lying together. It just shouldn't happen. It shouldn't happen. It's an abomination to the Lord. If the other I'm not even gonna say if the other nations want to do it. No nation should be doing that crap, man. Especially you blacks, Hispanics, and Native Americans, man. It is disgusting. And I don't even, it's something I never even understood, man. You got all that beauty and softness in a woman, man, and you gonna skip past that to go up against some rugged man? Nah. No way, no way, no how would I do such a thing. Could that happen? Ever. I don't understand how they do it. It makes absolutely zero sense to me. But from here, let's get Leviticus 20. Leviticus, the 20th chapter. Let's keep it rocking. Let's see what the Lord say about this, man. Let's see what the Lord say about this thing right here, man. All these beautiful women out here, man. You thinking about a man. Only that is so mind-blowing, man. Leviticus, Slaki, get 20 and 13, Slaki. Leviticus 20 and 13, so we can see what the Lord said. The Lord with this, or is the Lord against this stuff, man? The Lord is against it. And a lot of times, man, what you find out is the root of it is when you get down deep into it, a lot of them been molested and touched and all kind of things done happen to them. By the aunts, by the uncles. Then you add more trauma to it because then you got to sit at the Thanksgiving table and the Christmas table and the Easter table, sitting right across from the person who molested you and destroyed you, man. That's why we have to come out of Christianity and fake Israelite groups, man. Fake Israelite groups, they have you dressed all up in purple, looking as alternative as alternative can be. They put you in purple, man. Okay. Leviticus chapter 20 and verse 13. It say, if a man also lie with mankind as he lie with a woman, both of them have committed an abomination. So if a man, if you a man and you like this whole alternative month that they're about to start, man, that whole month is an abomination to the Lord, man. They're gonna celebrate this junk and put this garbage in your face all month next month. You're gonna see they so-called flag every doggone where, man. It say both of them have committed an abomination. They shall surely be put to death. And that is your judgment from the Lord for doing that, man. You lie with a man as you lie with a woman. Two men lying together. Like Paul said, changing what was natural to burn and lust for one another. Your punishment from the Lord is death, man. Your punishment from the Lord is death, and it's coming. Think you're gonna get away from it? HIV is knocking on your door. HIV is knocking on your door. It's coming. Herpes. Herpes is coming. Monkeypox. Monkeypox is coming. All these things, they coming your way, man. They're coming after you. Because the Lord is against this stuff, man. You done got it inside your head that you done got smarter with the Most High. Finish this up right quick, man. And it says, their blood shall be upon them. And your blood gonna be upon you. From there, let's get Isaiah 1 and 3 right quick. You study following behind them and their ways and thinking that they know something and following them. Think about this. In every which way we follow them, it all leads to us getting put to death by the Lord. It all leads to the Lord judging us and punishing us. Because we do what? We follow the oppressor versus following the Lord. Isaiah 1 and 3 and it reads, the ox knoweth his owner, and the ass his master's crib. But Israel do not know. My people do not consider. We so busy following the oppressor, man. We so busy following the oppressor. We talking about, they say, hey, don't judge. You can't judge nobody. Don't you judge nobody. Everybody sitting around walking around. I don't want to see that garbage. And the Lord is against it. That's not a judgment, man. Telling a brother or sister to come out of that lifestyle, you are saving their life, man. You saving their life, man. But that demon on them want to do what? That demon on them want to destroy them. It want to destroy them. It wants to stay on them until they are totally shriveled up from HIV. And in hospice from HIV. That's what the demon on them want, man. The demon on them want their entire face bumped up with monkeypox. That's what the demon wants. He wants to make sure you have monkeypox, man. He don't want you to have like some rest or anything like that. He wants to make sure you die. And make no mistake about it, the Lord, if you don't come out of that alternative lifestyle, the Lord is going to kill you. It's not no maybe. Don't think you're going to escape through. Your day is going to come and the Lord is going to put you to death, man. That's what's going to happen. The Lord going to put you to death, man. We don't even consider to think about the Lord. We don't even think about the Lord at all, man. All we care about is following our oppressor who say stupid stuff like I'm a man, a woman trapped in a man's body. That's the kind of garbage and junk we listen to. And we follow that nonsense. And then they use us. And because we fall in that trap and snare, then they use us to push that garbage and promote it. They use us to promote it and push it on our own people. That's why they had that AIDS breakout in Atlanta. People, it's like they was catching that. It was like they was catching it in the air. They was catching it in the air. So many people was getting HIV and AIDS, man. Judgment from the Lord from doing what? Not being obedient to Him. He put a woman down here for a man. He put a man down here for a woman, man. We are for each other. Okay? The ox know his owner. We no longer, we at the point where we follow the oppressor so much, like this said right here. It says, my people, but Israel do not know, my people do not consider. We don't even consider what the Most High is talking about. We don't even consider it, man. We don't even think about it. We don't think about it one bit, man. We too busy following behind the oppressor who is dumb as a box of rocks. He is dumb as a box of rocks. But we follow him like what? Like he's smart. Like he make all the sense in the world. This is just not true. Let's get from here, let's go to 1 Corinthians. Let's get 1 Corinthians chapter 6, verse 9. Let me check and see if I got some questions online. Give me 1 second here. Questions there. Yeah, your oppressor, he uses us to push this garbage on our people, man. So we have to start coming out of that nonsense. We have to start coming out of that nonsense. We have to start getting those demons up off of our people, Salakia. Which of course is what we do here in the UPK. You know what I mean? You don't want to go into some group that feed the demons. That's what a lot of us do. We'll go to a Christian church or some fake Israelite group because we'll join them because that group feeds the demon that is on us. You'll go dress in purple because you want to be gay anyway, And the purple, they'll feed the demon that's on you. You can go right in there and be as alternative as you want. It's lucky. You can go right in there and be as alternative as you want. Okay, let's get 1 Corinthians chapter 6 and that's 9. It says, know ye not that the unrighteous shall not inherit the kingdom of God? Be not deceived, neither fornicators. Fornicators. What is a fornicator? What is a fornicator, man? Having illicit sex. It says, nor idolaters, worshiping other gods. It says, no adulterers. What is an adulterer? Women sleeping around on their husband. It says, nor effeminate. Some men walking around, prancing around, switching around, and doing things of that nature, man. Most High ain't letting you in the kingdom. You don't want to see that nonsense. You have to be a masculine man. This Bible is not for punks and sisters and alternative people. This Bible ain't for that, man. You got to be a man to serve the Lord, man. You can't come around. The Lord don't want you coming out here in skinny pants talking about you serving Him. That's not the Lord, man. The Lord is a man of war. This is a real nigga. Okay? He's straight real. Says, nor abusers of themselves with mankind. And that's really what's about to happen next month. They're about to abuse themselves with mankind. That thing that is about to happen next, and y'all, Salaki, because but that thing started. Let me tell you how that started. It started with a standoff. Let me see give me 1 second. Let me see if I can get this for y'all to even show y'all how this thing started. 1 second here. Bear with me. Bear with me. It's called the Stonewall Riots, where it was pretty much illegal to be alternative, but yet they still had alternative bars, certain places. So what happened was it was a standoff between the alternative people in the police department. Okay? And this is the origin of the whole month of what they're about to celebrate tomorrow. Because they think that was some kind of victory for them. Okay? Which it's all nastiness. Why would you think you won anything and you alternative? You losing. Why would you think you won anything and you think you was born alternative and never experienced a woman? You are losing. You losing. I'm telling you that right now. You losing. Okay? And it says, verse 10, nor thieves, nor covetous, nor drunkards, nor revilers, nor extortionists shall inherit the kingdom of God. So if you in that lifestyle, man, or you don't even worry about it. You're not getting into the kingdom. From here, let's get 1 Timothy. This is all out, and to show you that your oppressor is so against the Most High, man. Let's get 1 Timothy 1. Give me 1 second here. We'll start. I'm gonna start at. I'll start at 8. Because this scripture right here, it is basically reinforcing what we just read. Okay, just reinforcing what we just read, meaning that, man, the Lord, he is so. It is an abomination. It is an abomination to the Lord what they're about to celebrate next month or tomorrow. Next month start tomorrow, yeah. So what they're about to start doing come tomorrow, man. The Lord is so against that, man. And guess what? They don't even care. They don't care. That's why we read that earlier in Isaiah, man. My people, Israel, we don't even think about the Lord. But think about it, man. Your oppressor has made it so hard. He set it up in Christianity. He set it up in fake Israelite groups. He promotes and pushes this thing in the earth, man. He promotes and pushes this thing in the earth. And this is a mental illness. It really is a mental illness. You would have to have, something has to be mentally wrong with you if you a man and you looking at another man. If you a woman and you looking at another woman. Something mentally is not working up there properly. Because the Lord, again, he made a man intended to lay with a woman. He made a woman intending for her to lay with the man. So if you're doing something opposite of that, you ever seen let me ask y'all this. This is a great question right here. You ever seen a male lion trying to get on with another male lion? Or a tiger? So you get what I'm saying? A rabbit. They just go solely off of nature. If you see let's take a dog. If you see a male dog trying to hump another male dog, you're gonna say, what the hell is wrong with this dog? You're gonna say something is off, something ain't right about this dog right here. Why is he doing this? What is wrong with him? Because it's unnatural. It's unnatural. It's the same thing with us. That's why Paul said, you're going against that which is natural. And now, instead of you lying with a woman, you have a burning desire for a man. That's unnatural, man. That's why they call it a mental disorder. Because something has to be mentally wrong with you to want to do something to that, to want to do something like that. Okay? Let's get it. But we know that the Lord, Slakia, this is 1 Timothy 1, we starting at 8. Slakia, 1 Timothy 1 and 1, and we starting at 8. But we know that the law is good if a man uses it lawfully. Verse 9, knowing this, that the law is not made for a righteous man, but for the lawless and disobedient, for the ungodly and for the sinner, for unholy and profane, Slakia, for murderers of fathers and murderers of mothers, and manslayers. Verse 10, for whoremongers, for them that defile themselves with mankind. That's what when you participate in what they're about to participate in next month. It's all through the Bible. It's all through the Bible. You cannot escape that the Lord is not with this thing, that people in that lifestyle do. We don't Salaki, give me 1 second, just Salaki. We're going to Hebrews in the 13th chapter next. So if y'all, let's get that. Let's get Hebrews in the 13th chapter. We don't even think about we no longer even think about what the Lord wants us to do. We now only care about what the oppressors say is right. We only think about what the oppressors say do. And the oppressor wants what? He wants Black and Hispanics and Native American into an alternative lifestyle. He loves that. He loves us being in an alternative lifestyle, man. Like, give me 1 second here, I'm trying to. All right. He loves us being in that alternative lifestyle, man, but the Lord hates it. And the Lord is going to put you to death for it. That's the one thing that the oppressor is not telling you. He's not telling you the Lord is going to put you to death for it. He ain't putting you up on that. You the one that's going to be sitting in hospice from HIV, from full-blown AIDS, from the Lord's judgment. You got to get them demons off of you. You got to come in here and get them demons up off of you, because you can't go nowhere else. You go in the purple, they going to feed them demons, man. You're going to end up somewhere with some tranny. You're going to end up somewhere with a tranny. Because that's the lifestyle that they live, man. You come in here to get them things up off of you, man. And we gonna get them spirits like we brought out yesterday, rebuke them spirits up off of you, like Christ did, man. The Lord don't want you doing no alternative lifestyle. Your oppressor wants you doing that, man. Your oppressor using you to push that type of lifestyle. Okay? Most High don't want you doing those things. Give me 1 second here. Let me run a check. Check and see if we got some questions. Right back to it, man. Slovakia, give me 1 second here. I got you. All right, we ain't got no questions, so we too out. In that area, let's get Hebrews. Well, I say Hebrews 13. Hebrews 13. One second here. All right. Hebrews 13:1, and it reads, "Let brotherly love continue. Be not forgetful to entertain strangers, but thereby some have entertained angels unaware. Remember them that are in bonds, as bound with them, and them which suffer adversity, as being yourself also in the body." What he's saying is, just in a nutshell, is your brotherhood. Don't forget your brotherhood, man. But verse 3, Salakia. Verse 4, let's keep going. It says, marriage is honorable in all, man. Marriage is honorable in all, man. Marriage is an honorable thing. Marriage between a man and a woman is honorable. It's an honorable thing to the Most High. The Most High look on that, and the Most High smile on that. The angels rejoice about that, man. When a brother and sister get married, man. But your oppressor, man, because of his disgustingness, what did he start allowing? Started allowing alternative marriages, which it's just a business decision for him. Y'all love Barack Obama so much, man, and he just opened up a heck of a thing, man, for alternative lifestyle people. That might have been his presidential agenda. That just may have been his presidential agenda, man. He done so much. He done so much for alternative lifestyle people, and nothing, and I do mean nothing for us, nothing for black people, while we praised him and thought it was the best thing smoking. Okay? So like, give me one second here. Give me 1 second here. Slovakia. Yeah, and all he did was open it up for alternative lifestyle, and which we read earlier that's nothing but people with a disorder. And if you really look at it, like I said earlier, it just make perfect sense, man. It make perfect sense. You can just look at the animals. Nobody. We the only people. We the not people, but we like the only species on the planet. I put it in that nature that would do something disgusting. Animals that live by nature, they don't think like this. They don't think to go against their nature. Okay? Hebrews 13, chapter 13, verse 1 said, let brotherly love continue, man. Be not forgetful to entertain strangers, for thereby some have entertained angels unaware. Verse 3. Remember them that are in bonds as bound with them, and them which suffer adversity as being yourself also in the body. Marriage is honorable in all, and the bed is undefiled. You and your woman, man, whatever it is that y'all doing in that bedroom, you and your wife, that bed undefiled, man. That bed undefiled. But it ain't say do some alternative stuff in that bed. That's not what it's talking about. Talking about what you and your husband, that's between y'all two. Not bringing in some third person or some garbage or some nonsense like that. Which so many of our brothers and sisters suffer from today, man. The bed is undefiled. But whoremongers, what does it mean? What does it mean to be a whoremonger? It's like, I'm gonna get my Bible dictionary. We're gonna look that word up. Just so we can let's get the Bible dictionary. I'm gonna look that word up, make sure we got it right. So y'all can have a clear understanding. What is a whoremonger? Let's see here. This definitely is for the people that do not know. Give me 1 second. I'm going to find it. Bear with me. Yeah. 1 second here. A whoremonger is just basically, let me give it to you in a nutshell. It's just basically somebody just running around having sex and throwing women away. Sleep with a sister, you throw her away. You don't want nothing. You being a whoremonger. And adulterers, and it says and adulterers. Adulterers again is just a sister who does what? Who has a husband and then she goes sleeps with another man, and that makes her a adulterers. Okay? Her and the men are both adulterers. Okay? Verse 5, it says, let your conversation be without covetousness, and be content with such things as ye have. For he has said, I will never leave thee, nor forsake thee, man. And so just in other words, what I really wanted to bring out was when it was just saying that marriage is an honorable thing, man. A man and a woman, that's an honorable thing, man. That is a truly honorable thing. That's how the Lord intended for us to be. Not anything, not what your oppressor has made us to be, man. Not what the oppressor has made us to be, man. And we as a people, we have to start now doing what? This is such a critical time in the truth, man. This is the time for us to start coming out of that stuff and breaking those demons and fighting those demons up off of us. Okay? And fighting those demons up off of us and getting those unclean spirits off of us, as we went over yesterday. When Christ cast the spirits off of the man and threw them into the pig. All right. We are now in that time, because why? As we look and as we understand the scriptures, anytime again, once it's talking about like a spiritual Sodom and Gomorrah type of ordeal, you can look around you. You can look around you today and see that this is the place that it's talking about. When it's talking about a spiritual Egypt, you can look around today and see that this is what it's talking about, okay? From there, let's get Deuteronomy 23 and 17. This is all in the Bible, man. Let's get Deuteronomy 23 and 17. Give me 1 second, let me get there. Deuteronomy 23 and 17, and it reads, there shall be no whore of the daughters of Israel. So we shouldn't have no whoredom in Israel. And guess what else? We're going to read. It says, nor a sodomite of the sons of Israel. The Lord ain't no sodomites around here, man. No purple sodomites running around in here, man. We're not doing that. We ain't doing that, man. We will not have a purple sodomite in here. We don't roll like that, man. The Lord doesn't, that's not, like we read earlier, no effeminate. All right. From here, let's get Jude 1 and 7. Jude 1 and 7. 1 second, let me get there too. Book of Jude. Give me 1 second here. All right. And this read. This is the book of Jude, chapter 1 and verse 7. It says, even as Sodom and Gomorrah and the cities about them in like manner. Meaning, so it was Sodom and Gomorrah, and it was also cities, what, around them, into that same nonsense that they was in. They probably was there too, wanting to sleep with the angels. Ain't no telling. It says, giving themselves over to fornication and going after strange flesh. You're going after strange flesh. That's what they call that. A man going after a man. Or a woman going after, that's that. You going after strange flesh. What are you doing? You got a mental disorder. Something mentally wrong with you. You need some help, man. There's something mentally wrong with you. If you a man going after another man. It says, I set forth for an example, suffering the vengeance of eternal fire. Of an eternal fire, man. Tell you what, some of them stuff they were saying about that monkeypox, you get that stuff, boy, that's an eternal fire on you. You got an eternal fire messing around with that monkeypox. That stuff ain't no joke, man. And again, just me. This me, of course my brothers, we just don't, it's just something I don't think we'll ever understand. Why? How could you do something like that? Well, Salakia, you have a mental disorder. That's what's wrong with you. Something mentally wrong with you. All right, I'm gonna put this last scripture, and I'm gonna close the class out after this. Let's get Mark. Get Mark, the 10th chapter in the book of Mark. 10th chapter in the book of Mark. We're going to pick it up. And, I'm going to get it at verse 6. Let me check, before I read this last scripture, let me check and make sure we're good everywhere and I don't got no questions anywhere. And everything is to wild, man. Check this out one more time. Make sure I ain't got no questions. Like, give me 1 second, I'm just trying to make sure I ain't got no questions nowhere. So y'all just bear with me right quick. About 30 seconds. About 30 seconds right quick. Alright. No questions. So I don't have no questions. So we're just going to continue and carry on. So we have Mark in the 10th chapter. So Mark chapter 10 and verse 6, and it reads, it says, from the beginning of the creation, God made them male and female. Male and female, man. That's what was made in the beginning. Wasn't all this old extra stuff, man. It wasn't until we started following the oppressor and we cared more about what he had to say than the Most High. That's when we started getting ourselves in all this trouble, man. That's when everything started going haywire and backwards for us, man. That's when we started. Those things are the biggest mistakes we ever made, and we should be able to. Look at those things nowadays and say to ourselves, "Nah, I ain't gonna do that this time. Nah, we shouldn't go that way this time." And be able to now do what? Start making better decisions for ourselves, man. Come in here and learn how to be a man. Come in here and learn how to be a woman, man. Come in here and learn how to be a father and a husband, man. Come in here and learn how to be a wife and a mother, man. All that stuff that we do outside of here and we do it in the world, man, that stuff is nonsense and garbage. It's not until, for myself personally, it wasn't until I came in here that I actually learned how to be a man and a father, a real father. A lot of people who know me and my daughter, they look at our relationship and they say, man, they have a great relationship. But our relationship didn't get that great until I came into the truth and learned how to be a better father. Okay? I had to come out of the world and stop doing the things I was doing in the world. And it made me a better person, man. And I promise you, overnight, it was like the snap of a finger. Our relationship changed, man, and it was a great thing, man. And with that, shalom, Israel.